I'm really here to say two things. One, thank you to every person here in law enforcement, to every one of our service members and veterans. I want to thank you for what you do. And I say that frankly not only as a representative for this area, I say that as a dad of two little girls, and I'm very conscious of the fact that our communities are safer, our world is safer because of the men and women who serve, who make it a point to work on behalf of our public safety and work to serve and protect. So I want to thank you for that. And I'm also here to invite your partnership, both from the standpoint of policy and also in casework. We saw extraordinary professionalism last month, as the sheriff mentioned, in the tragedy up in Belfair. But frankly, we see it every day. And in my view, the federal government has to be a better partner to local law enforcement than it's been. I serve on the Appropriations Committee, and I serve on a subcommittee called Commerce, Justice, and Science. And all of the Justice Department programs are funded through that Appropriations Committee. Things like the COPS grant program and Burn JAG grant programs. We're going to be revisiting some of the issues around asset forfeiture, where we've seen our law enforcement departments kind of take a hit. And so I'm here to simply invite, as we start that appropriations process, if you have priorities or ideas or suggestions, count me as a partner. We're also working on some issues dealing with some of the causes of crime. I've been working with a coalition of folks up north around mental health issues and developing a coalition to try to address some of the mental health challenges that often end up in our criminal justice system. And we've also got a bipartisan group in our nation's capital that are grappling with the issue of opioid abuse, where we're seeing community after community really being ravaged by heroin and opioids. And again, this is something where the federal government can be a better partner than it's been. I've been working on trying to get the Federal Department of Health and Human Services to direct more attention to this problem, but specifically to direct more resources to rural communities that often cannot combat these issues on their own. So that's a policy level. The only other thing I want to mention is half of my staff here in the district do what we call casework. And from my office is Eric Williams is here. And Eric's particular portfolio is working with military families and veterans. And I know we have a lot of folks from some of the VSOs here today. I simply invite, if you run into a citizen who's grappling with the VA or with OPM or the IRS or frankly any other federal agency, I invite you to consider us a partner. I got a big stack of business cards in my pocket, and if afterwards you want to come up and get our information, no citizen should grapple with these issues on their own, and we're here. So again, thank you everybody for your service. Thank you to our law enforcement professionals, not just for the extraordinary work you did in last month's tragedy, but for the work you do every day.